Hello, my name is Eric, and every day I'm learning to see life as a learning experience. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about twin flames. I uploaded a video about a year ago about my experience, and I just wanted to kind of touch base back on everything that happened. Quick recap, if you don't feel like sitting through 20 or so minutes of me rambling. Basically, I met my twin flame in April of 2016, and what ensued was the most loving relationship that I've ever been in, and the most depressed I've ever been, and just soul crushing sadness. It was great. Great experience all around. Wicked roller coaster ride. A lot of people who have met their twin flames probably know what I'm talking about. And today I wanted to talk about closing the door to your twin flame, which sounds like a scary thing. And if you've been through this experience, you know that sometimes it's kind of necessary. A lot of sources on the twin flame subject talk about the runner chaser paradox, where one twin will run away from the other and attempt to hide their feelings or hide their shadow self while they're doing their inner work. We don't want our counterpart to see all of the ugly that is us. We only want them to see us in like this bright, shining, beautiful light, and that's just simply inaccurate. We're complex beings. We have a lot going on. So to say that we're just shining beams of light all the time is simply untrue. It's very, very important to face your shadow self on this journey, and that's really what twin flames are good for. They come into our lives and they spur just this insane growth. I remember when I first met my twin, she just the first night that I had her to myself, and we figured out that there was something else going on here. That first night I was like, wow, I want to be my best version. Like, you inspire me to be my best self. Like, this is insane. I've never met anyone else like this. And since then I have learned a lot about myself, and I have done so much self exploration and so much soul searching, and just a whole journey has followed this interaction. And she and I, we've been together, we've been apart, we've been everything in between. We opened up our relationship. We have been searching basically everywhere that we could for answers to our problems, except for inside of ourselves. Sometimes we will, sometimes we won't. Basically, what it comes down to at the end of the day is your twin flame is a perfect soul reflection. It is you in another human being's body, which is one of the trippiest things you'll ever experience in your whole life, without a doubt. You'll always want to be around them. You'll always want to love them. But for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, actually, the relationship generally degrades into codependency or arguments or an abusive relationship. And the reason that is because when you have a soul mirror always around you, when you're always in contact with them, and you don't love yourself, and you haven't looked at the depths of your soul and accepted everything there is, when you haven't gotten all of that darkness out of you and shined the light of love on the darkest parts of yourself, you're basically having a constant reminder of how shitty of a person you are, just staring you back in the face. And of course that's gonna make you upset. Like, of course you're gonna get angry. What else are you gonna do? It just makes perfect sense. So the thing is, we have to take time for ourselves. If you ever want your twin flame relationship to work out, you have to take time for yourself. You have to have healthy space. And that has been the major theme of our relationship for the past couple of months, is healthy space. And the space seems to keep growing and growing, and the universe just keeps telling me, like, you need to run right now. It's fine. Like, you need to, like, look within yourself. Like, it's not like stop running from you and you can stop running from her. That's basically what all this is about. So, closing the door to your twin flame is not as scary as it sounds, because every step that you take further within yourself is a step closer back to your twin flame. You never can really close the door to them. You can only grow closer to yourself and to them, because again, they're a perfect reflection of you. That's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to lose that connection if you don't foster it. You give it the space for that spark to turn into a nice roaring fire, and a hearth that you can come back to and rest your feet at, because your twin flame ultimately feels like home. And sometimes this stage of separation, where you're discovering yourself, sometimes you'll have new romantic partners come out of the woodworks, or new soulmate relationships come out of the woodworks, and you should look into that. Like, don't sit around holding space for your twin flame. You don't need to do that. If you want them to come back to you, all you have to do is set that intention and throw it out to the universe, and trust that it's going to come back to you. You don't need to sit there thinking about it all day. You don't need to sit there obsessing about it all day long. It's not going to do anything for you except probably attract what you don't want, which is more suffering and more self-work. Like, as much as I love improving myself, I'm not trying to work on myself for the rest of my life. There's a threshold where I want to cross and then start like helping people, and I feel like this is the threshold. I have done so much work already, and I recently discovered Matt Kahn's videos on YouTube. If you haven't watched any of his stuff, I highly recommend you look into it, because he's great. He just is so loving and so compassionate and so open, and he is a great resource to use if you're just starting out learning how to love yourself, or if that's something that interests you even a little bit. Look him up, because he can teach you a lot of things. I kind of lost my train of thought there after Matt Kahn. But basically you have to work on yourself. That's really what it comes down to. You have to work on yourself. You have to be open to the opportunities that are presented to you. And, self-doubt is not going to get you anywhere. You have to notice your mental patterns and notice all of the things that are holding you back, and make a conscious choice to change your life for the better. And, it can be hard sometimes. If you watch Ralph Smart, it's so hard. It's so hard. It's not, though. It's only as hard as you make it. If you focus on the space between you, you're going to make the space larger. But if you focus on yourself, every time you think about your twin being with other people, or having new experiences, and getting insecure and knocking yourself down again, return to yourself. Listen to that voice. Who is speaking right now? Who was hurt inside of me that needs so much attention? I'm here for you. I love you so much. Thank you for telling me that you feel terrible. Thank you for trusting me enough to tell me that. I love you so much. I'm here for you. Let's heal together. Instead of, you shouldn't feel that way. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you, you little baby? Like, man up. No. Don't do it. Don't fall into that trap, because it's not going to lead you anywhere you want to go. It might lead you where you need to be, but you can skip that level altogether if you feel like it. Self-love is going to open a lot of doors for you, and ultimately, if you close the door to your twin flame and focus on yourself, that's what that's what you're supposed to have been doing this whole time, essentially. You are supposed to focus on yourself. You're supposed to draw within yourself and take that time for yourself, and really just give yourself so much attention, and be so gentle and be so loving, and then start branching out. If there's something in your family or in your household that's bugging you, just throw love at it. Just love the shit out of it, and it will change everything for you. Again, this is the same problem that I had with the last video. I have no idea how to end this. I don't even know if I'm gonna cut this or edit this in any way, shape, or form. Probably not, because I'm kind of lazy. I think I'm gonna be posting a lot more, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about in these coming weeks. and a lot of things that that I think can help a lot of people. Um, I've been striving for perfection so long in my life that I have completely overlooked the fact that everything is already perfect. I don't need to change anything. I don't need to micromanage. I don't need to control everything. I just need to surrender and accept what is. And I have a very strong feeling that that's what you need too. So until next time, try to see the love in all things, including yourself, especially yourself. And never forget that if you feel separated from your twin flame, if you feel like they're very, very, very far from you, they're not. They're always with you. There is no separation. Separation is just an illusion. They're always with you right here, and you can tap into them whenever you want. So don't be scared. Put your feet down and do the work. I promise it'll pay off. I love you.